Emily, I guess we'll just go ahead and get started. Are you ready?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, great. All right. Like I said originally, welcome everyone to the summit. I am your host, Sherry Odom, your co-host, and I am the founder and the executive director for the Neuroplasticity Alliance, which is NPA for short. I'm joined by Emily Applegate, which is our strategy director. And she and I have been overwhelmed by the response to this event. We have gotten twice as many people registered for the event than we originally set out for with that goal. And we're positive that regardless of whether you're an individual who's looking for maybe some therapies to help you or your family, or whether you're a healthcare professional who's interested in integrating neuroplasticity into your treatment practice, we're sure you're going to hear something of value from every single speaker that is on the event. And so I'm looking forward to helping share that information with you. Like many of the people who came to neuroplasticity, my passion for it really developed out of benefiting from it on a personal level. I first learned about neuroplasticity from Dr. Norman Doidge, who's written 2 books on that. One of those, The Brain's Way of Healing, really stood out to me. It profiled quite a few pioneers who had developed new methodologies using neuroplasticity. It laid out all of the science behind that. And it really got me doing a whole lot more research on that. So after reading Dr. Doidge's book, I did some more due diligence, spoke to some of the practitioners, and really said, I'm going to give neuroplasticity a try, especially since some of the more traditional treatments I have been trying really had not changed the status very much at all of my mother, who was struggling with multiple sclerosis, and my daughter, who was really working through some challenges from learning difficulties. So I gave them a try and they worked great. After 1 month, my mother, who went through, like I said, a month-long program, she had been pretty much bound to a wheelchair, and she came out of that month-long program not needing a wheelchair, not needing a walker, not even needing a cane. Her vertigo and her balance really were completely remediated. And my daughter, who went through the Listening Center program, which you'll hear from in the event today, has, well, not today, but later in the summit, she's now in advanced math and making straight A's. So from my personal experience, the very first times I tried neuroplasticity-based therapies, it truly changed the trajectory of not only my mother's life and my daughter's life, but for me as their caregiver and for our family as a whole. So, and when I was doing that research, it was not just my family that had benefited. There were tens of thousands of other individuals who had benefited from these types of therapies. So I got really curious. I started asking questions like, why is it that I'm just now learning about this after researching alternative therapies for, several years? Why is it that I have to travel to outside of my country and across the country to get to some of these therapies? Why is it that the insurance companies don't pay for these therapies? Why is it that my healthcare professionals and my care team had never heard of neuroplasticity when I asked? So after speaking to some of these practitioners, speaking to the insurance companies, and really trying to get a handle on where the industry was from a development standpoint, I felt like I had a really good handle on what those barriers were and really how to address those barriers, which is why I created the Neuroplasticity Alliance. Our goal with this is really to help bring awareness and access for these types of therapies to individuals and healthcare professionals alike, to help foster the research and the cost benefit analysis that are needed by the insurance companies, and to help build a foundation and collaboration for the industry so they can move forward with common goals. And my background is really well suited for this, I think. I am an entrepreneur and a bridge builder by profession. I've launched over 250 products internationally and developed coalitions between industry, nonprofits, government organizations, and community liaisons to make a market and secure that market for those products. I've had the privilege of really honing those skills from several different perspectives, working in startups as an executive for Fortune 5 company, as well as a CEO of a private company. So I understand how that process works at both small and large companies. And I've also developed some deep operational expertise by working in multiple industries, which has really taught me that there's way more than one approach to getting something done. And if the first one doesn't try, then you really just kind of go back at it and try again from a different approach. So I'm very privileged and really excited to be on the foundation and to help develop this industry that I really think is the future of neurologic care. It's a very exciting initiative for me. And I'm also very excited to introduce you to Miss Emily Applegate, who, as I mentioned earlier, is NPA Strategy Director. Emily, you want to share some of your background?
Great. Thank you, Sherry, and so excited to be here. As we started a couple minutes late today because of people having trouble getting in, I think we'll go ahead and wrap up our introduction. And we'll have everyone move over to the first session. So Sherry will end this one. You'll go back to the lobby and click on Clark, and then we will continue the day from there. Thank you so much, and we're really excited to show you the first interview.
Okay. All right. Well, as Emily said, we'll click on over to the lobby. So bear with us just for 1 minute, and we'll see you in that interview.